Welcome to Kendra's Artistic Crochet Designs. And so today we are going to make this sleeve, and I used the waffle stitch to do the sleeve so it'll match, and stayed with the orange, that same orange we've been using, and then I took and put a stitch so that it clings to your wrist. So that, I'm trying to think if that is the, I can't remember the name of that, the stitch. I'll probably remember it here in a little bit. Anyway, so we are going to work on the other sleeve, but this is what we're going to make. Okay, so we're going to get, I've got my yarn here and my needle. Yeah, I used a also, I wanted to show you too that when you are making the sleeves, so from here down, you can see your sleeve starts. This goes over the shoulder, and this goes over. So your sleeve is starting here. And so when you measure your sleeves, you've got to measure from here over, because you can see where your sleeve starts. Because you can see it goes down. See? So you're going to kind of lay it out and see. And then measure. I went 2 over and measured from there. And I ended up with 22 inches, which was perfect. So anyway, I've got the wrong needle, and I've got to get the other needle. That is the right needle here. Hang on. This is the right needle. We were using the 5mm and not a 6. And we're going to work on this sleeve hole, and I'm going to bring you down so you can see what okay, sorry about that. I'm going to bring this down so you can see what I'm doing here. So this is the sleeve hole we're working on. I'm going to have to get closer here and figure out how I'm going to do this. I'll have my yarn here. Make a slip knot in my yarn. Put it on my hook. And I am going to start at the bottom of the sleeve, okay? Only because we're going to have to do some decreasing. And when we do the decreasing, I want it to be at the bottom of the sleeve, so you can't see it. You want the right side facing. And I'm going to find this first stitch. I need to put my glasses on. Alright. And we're going to make a slip knot and chain 3. A slip knot, you're gonna slip stitch and chain 3. Goodness gracious. Alright, now I'm going to put a double crochet in every stitch around. So we're just going to put a double crochet in every stitch around. And this is going to be a little bit different than when we was doing our waffle stitch on the panels, because we're going to be doing a waffle stitch in the round this time. So we could have just made a panel of waffle stitches and sewed it on. I don't particularly like sewing things on. I like crocheting things on. So we're going to do it on the garment. I apologize for that noise. My husband is upstairs vacuuming using the vacuum cleaner. So if you hear that, that's what he's doing. So let's see, when we get to the Alright, so we're right here where the seam, where the shoulder is. We're going to put a double crochet around that one and this one. And it kind of puts them together. And then we're going to continue double crocheting in the stitches as you go around. There we go. So we're just going to continue around here with the double crochets in each stitch. See, can you see? I want to make sure I'm in the camera. Make sure that knot is okay. And it's not going to come apart. Try to put that knot on the inside there so nobody can see it. All right. This first row is easy because all we're doing is putting double crochets all the way around, and then we're going to connect this. Alright, like that. So we're at the seam right here too. We're just going to connect doing the 2 stitches to connect everything, and then I'm going to slip stitch to the top of my chain 3. Okay, then I'm going to chain 3, no, chain 1. We're going to chain 1, and then we're going to do a front double crochet around that chain 3. And then these next 2 stitches right here, we're going to do 2 back double crochets. We're going to do a back double crochet in that one and that one, just like we were doing the waffle stitch, which we are. And then we're going to do a front double crochet and 2 back. And then a front and 2 back. I'm going to do this first row with you. And then we got to do a front and 2 back. We're going to do that all the way around. And you just have to keep turning. Keep turning your work around and around. Okay, so that was a front, and now I'm going to do 2 back. And I'm going to do a front here and 2 back. And a front. And then 2 back. This is a front and 2 back. And a front and 2 back. So the next one is a front, 2 back, a front and 2 back, and a front and 2 back. And this one's a front. Now we gotta do 2 back. Front, 2 back. So I'm going to turn the whole thing again. This we're going down the other side of it, and this was we got to do a front and 2 back, and another back, and now a front and 2 back. And another back. Okay, so front, post, double crochet, 2 back post double crochet. So we're double crocheting around these posts. Whether it's front, back, I actually gotta have to do the next round with you too, because it's different than this one. Because we did a base round and now this is the first round. Well, this one worked out well. So a front and 2 back. And then we're going to slip stitch to the first one here. Okay. So now we're at the beginning and we slip stitch to the first one. Then you're going to chain 1, and wherever there's a front post, you're going to do a front post. So this next stitch is a front post, so we're going to do a front post around it. Then we're going to just do 2 regular double crochets in the tops of those next 2 stitches. Then there's a front post. We're going to do a front post. So before we were going back and forth, we were turning our work. We are not turning. We're going to go in a tube-like thing. So the first 2 stitches, we're going to put those stitches in the tops, and then there's a front post. We've got to do a front post there. Okay? Now we're going to do 2 stitches at the top of the next 2 stitches, and then there's a front post. Well, I lost that. Let's try that again. Alright, now we have 2 stitches at the top of the next 2 stitches. And then there's a front post. So we're going to do a front post. Okay, so we're doing stitches at the top of the next 2 stitches, just regular double crochets, and then we have a front post that we need to do a front post with. That's what's making this waffle stitch. Okay, so we're doing you just keep going around like that until you get to the beginning, and you slip stitch to the first stitch that you made. So we're just going to go all the way around doing a front post and then 2 regular stitches, double crochets in the tops of the next 2 stitches. Then we're going to do a front post. 2 regular stitches in the tops of the next 2 stitches, and then a front post. then we're going to do front post right there. Alright, let me see then. Okay, so I'm at a front post, so I'm going to do a front post. And then 2 regular stitches. I just want to make sure that I'm thorough here and for you to understand what's going on, so I'm doing the whole row with you. So if you find this boring, I apologize if you get it, but this is for people that haven't gotten it yet. Alright, so we're almost around. And here's the last 2 stitches. They're just going to be regular stitches. And then I'm going to slip stitch to this first stitch right here. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to chain 1 here, and then you're going to repeat row 1. You're going to repeat row 1 and 2. So repeating row 1 is you're going to do a front post and then 2 back post. This is row 1 that we did. And then going to do a front post and 2 back posts. Okay, so we're repeating rows 1 and 2 until you get to the length before, until you get to this length before we're going to put a cuff on it. So we're going to get to this length, whatever length that your arm is, and mine was 20. Mine was 20 inches. So whatever your arm is, remember to measure from the inside, because this spills over your sleeve, like over your shoulder down into your sleeve. So it's part of your sleeve. So make sure that you are measuring from that where I had showed you at the beginning of the video, and just keep going until we need a 2-inch cuff until, you know, so mine was 20. I needed to do 22 inches, and then I did a 2-inch cuff, a 20-inch, and then I did 2, so it's 22 inches in all. So, we're going to leave you to it. If you need help, oh, no, we're going to be doing some decreasing. So what we're going to do, I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. We're going to do, we did 4 rows. Let me make sure what we did here. Yes, we did 4 rows and then we did a decreasing. So I need you to do row 1 and 2 one more time around. Row 1 and 2 one more time around. And then I will be back to show you how to decrease. And we'll do our first decrease then. Okay. Okay, so this is for 5 rows. We did a base row, we did, you know, and then the next 2 rows makes a waffle stitch, and then the next 2 rows. So there's 5 rows on here, okay? And we're going to do a decrease. We're going to decrease before and after. Only because I want to keep the decreases under the arm, okay? That's the reason why I started under the arm to begin with. Let me get into the... So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain 1, and we're going to, you see this front, and we're going to grab the other front. We're going to skip these 2 stitches in between and grab the both fronts, and I'm going to double crochet those together like they're both fronts. See, it's going to dart. You see the dart? See it right there? See, it's like putting a dart in something. Okay, then you're going to continue with 2 back loops. And you're going to go all the way around it with your front post, 2 back post. Front post, 2 back post. Double crochets. Okay, you're going to go all the way around it. And I'm going to meet you at the end of this row where we did that first decrease. So just keep going around like that. Front post, 2 back post, until we get to the end, and I will meet you there. Okay, so we've just got a few stitches left. So I've done this front post. We have 2 back posts to do right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of 2 more stitches. I'm going to take this front post and connect it to the front post that we did before. Right here. But you're going to go down to the one below it, where the 2 front posts are together. See it? So there's going to be 3 front posts together. And then we're going to slip stitch into the top of that. So this becomes our new front post. And you see how it's darts? See the dart? There's a dart on this side and a dart on this side. That gets rid of 4 stitches. And you really can't see that because it's under the arm. As you can see. And like nobody's going to pay attention to that. They're going to think that that's supposed to be darting like that. So, you know, anybody that knows anything, that doesn't know anything about crochet is not even going to pay attention to that. We're the only ones know that this dart's coming in here. But I like it. I like the way that darts under the arm. And it doesn't take away from the look of your sleeve. Let me show you the other sleeve. As you can see, we have the darts. I have darts going all the way up, right here. And then it stops here. We stop decreasing when we get to this point. Okay? So we've got darts going all the way up here. And it kind of looks like it's supposed to be that way. I mean, it looks really neat, I think. So what we're going to do is we're going to, you're going to finish row 2 of this to finish off our waffle. And then you're going to do 1 and 2 again. And then you're going to do that decrease again. So let's do this. I will take you through another decrease, and so that you get this. We're going to do 3 more rows. So we've got to finish, we got to do row 2 of this one because we just did this in row 1. And anytime you do a dart, you got to do it in row 1. Otherwise, it is not going to work. Okay? It's got to be done in row 1. It won't look as nice if you do it in row 2. So anyway, do row 2, then do 1 and 2 again, so that you have 2 waffles. You've got these 2 waffles going up, and then we're going to decrease again, like we did. And we'll be back when we're ready to do that. I'll meet you there. Okay. So as you can see, we've got this dart right here. You can see the dart. It's right here. And then right above it, we have 2 dents. You know what those are, waffles. 2 waffles above it. Okay? So we're going to do another decrease. So, yeah, it's like every 3 to 4 stitches we're doing a decrease. Alright, so anyway, we're going to chain 1. And again, we're going to take this front post. We're going to wrap our hook. This front post and the next front post, because we're skipping 2 stitches, and we're going to put them together and put a double crochet with those together, creating this first dart. Okay? And then we're going to continue all the way around by doing 2 back posts, 1 front post, just like we were doing. We're going to go all the way around, doing that until we get to here, and I will meet you here. Okay, so now I'm around there, and I want to take this one, this here, and I'm going to connect it to these other 2 that we did together the first. So I'm going to connect it. I'm going to bring this around, and I'm going to make a double crochet there. And then right there is going to be our new row of slip stitching right here. Okay, so there you go. And there's a couple more darts made. So you can see these are the first 2, and these are the second 2. As you can see that going, it's going together like that. Okay, so let me see what we are doing here. We are going to do that, I think, 2 more times. Let me look at this other sleeve and see how many we did. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, so I did that 5 times. Okay, so you are going to make these darts. We've got 2. We need 3 more. You're going to go up 4, you know, in between. We're doing 3 to 4 rows. So we need 3 more rows on this to do the next darts. So 3 more rows on that. And let's see if I can, let me measure. Let's go by measurements, because, you know, measurements is the best way of going. And this right here was my last dart. Until the piece measures about 5 inches across. So until you get 5 inches, then you can just keep going until you get to here. So I did, yeah, 5 darts, and then I kept going until I got to here, and then I made my cuff. And this all depends on the measurement of your arm, because everybody's arm's lengths are different. But this arm length is on, if you have 22 inches on your arm length, then you can just follow what I'm doing. Otherwise, if your arm is shorter, you're going to want to, you know, you'll have to figure out what to do. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to do this until we have 3 more darts done, and then we're going to continue around and until it's 5 inches across. Then we're just going to continue until we get to that, which is 20 inches for me. And then once I get to the 20-inch mark, I'm going to come back and show you how to do the cuff. So there we go. Anyway, I will see you then. Okay, we are back, and so I have the sleeve, the whole sleeve done, except for we need to put the cuff on. So, where's my needle? So here we go. I've got, you know, 20 inches for my sleeve, and now we're going to do a 2-inch cuff. Alright, so we're going to chain 3 from here, and then we're going to put a double crochet in every stitch around. Alright. Alright. Or is that... nope, that's not right. Oh, pull them out of there. Sorry. Oh dear. We got to delete some more stitches. Okay. Goodness. So what we're chain 3 here, and then we're going to, I'm doing an invisible decrease here, and then put one in the next one, and then we're going to do another decrease. However you want to do your decrease, that's up to you. So after every one, we're doing a decrease. All right. I'm going to turn this sleeve around. All right, so we got a regular one and then a decrease. And you could see what I'm doing here. And then a regular one. And maybe we're down 2. Let me bring it out a little bit more. Whoops. Let's see. All right. So this is an invisible decrease here. So I'm going in the front loop of one and the front loop of the other, 2 together, and then doing a double crochet. So that's what an invisible decrease is. So after every one, we're doing an invisible decrease. And it ended up with a visit. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, so I'm going to slip stitch in the top of this chain 3 right here, and we're going to chain 1, and we're going to front loop or front post double crochet on that chain 3, and then we're going to back post double crochet on the next, and then we're going to front post and then back post, front post, back post, front post, back post. We're doing this all the way around. Front then back, and front then back. We're double crocheting around the post. Now I'm going to turn this. And as you can see, this is bringing your sleeve in, you know, it's going to be like close to your wrist. All right, so we've got front post, and then back post, front post. This is the second row of the cuff. And then we're going to slip stitch to, okay, we slip stitch to the first one that we made, and you can see how it ripples. We're going to, this is row 3, chain 1, and where there is a front post, you'll keep it a front post. Where there's a back post, you will keep it a back post. So again, we're doing front, back, front, back, front, back. All the way around. So you're going to go all the way around doing front, back, and you're going to do this after you're done with this row for 3 more rows. So we will have 6 rows, and then we will be back to finish the cuff. So continue doing that until you have 6 rows, and then we'll be back to finish it. Okay, so I've got 6 rows on this cuff, and in order to finish the cuff, I'm going to put a single crochet row on there. We're just going to single crochet in every stitch all the way around. All right. So just a single crochet in every stitch, and then we're going to slip stitch to the first single crochet at the beginning here and cut it off. And that is the end of our man's sweater, fall sweater. Okay, well, of course then you got to take the ends and work them in too. But I want to give you a measurement on this. Because we did a lot more decreasing to get this cuff. And let's measure that and see exactly. We went from, I think that was 5 inches. Yeah, we went from 5 inches to 3 inches. So the finished cuff should be 3 inches. Your regular sleeve should be a 5. It was a 5 inch. When you first started out the sleeve, before we started all those decreasing, it was like 8 inches. And then we did our decreases, and we decreased all the way down to a 5 inch sleeve. That's looks like a 4 inch, but it was a 5 inch as I did the other. No, it was a 4. I'm wrong. 4 inch. We went from 4 inches to probably 3 inches, it looks like. Yeah, 3 inches. So we started out with 8 inches, and then by the time we did all of our decreases and stuff, we ended up with 3 inch cuff. So I am going to put this on the mannequin and show it to you, and we will be right back. Okay, so let's back this up. Are we upside down? Oh, we are. Oh my goodness. All right, so right there is the whole sweater on the mannequin, and I need to tie down some ends, but the sweater is complete. So there you go. I really hope you guys had a lot of fun making this sweater with me and learning a new stitch. And I want to thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and bye-bye now.